Boker Tov, Erev Tov, Yesh Lanu at Tzvi. We have a very special broadcast today because we have the presence of Reb Tzvi, Leib Yosef, and we have Binyamin Mordechai, we have Esther Ahava, we have Shragi, Basi Nachama, we have Zalman Meir,
Racheli, and Binyamin Yitzchak, and Be'ira.
And Natan, Nate.
Exactly.
Over here, we have the entire mishpacha. So what do you have to say, Tzvi? What do you have to say? What? Hey, the gang's all here. La 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 la, la 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 la. Okay, I just want to introduce the shir. Before we do the siyum, we're going to start with the siyum by saying that I'm speaking in English, but derech agav nedaber ba'anglit hayom. Okay, that this shir started broadcasting on June 26, 2022. That's more than 3 years ago. And in the beginning, we learned Machane Yisrael, and then we learned Shmirat Chafetz Chaim, and then we started Shmirat Haloshon on April 14th, 2024. And we're about to make the siyum. That's 15 months. 15 months we were learning Shmirat Haloshon. And just to let you know statistically, this is the 988th YouTube video.
Whoa, yes,
just like,
I know.
Okay, Tzvi, what do you have to say for all that?
Where are you?
Okay,
we moved him that everybody else could see him. Everyone else in the room could see him.
So everyone.
But where's the petek?
Yeah, the petek's right behind me, my booby.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
How many days?
Let me zoom in.
Oh.
22.
Oh, and
You missed the 23 last night.
wait, Shahaim. Okay, we have 22 OCOs. And have 3 weeks and?
3 weeks and 1 day.
It's the 3 weeks all over again. Yes, and we just want to thank everyone for participating in today's
siyum. And for
siyum.
stepping out so late at night.
And by the way, you wanted to say why did we change it? Because we wanted that everyone should see him. They should see me. That's why. That's why we're having a siyum. Okay, so we are finishing Shmirat Haloshon, Chelik Hasheni, Sof Chasimas HaSefer, and we're starting this year, which is unusual, with the Chafetz Chaim, and we're actually doing. And
wow.
Adam could come in. We had our neighbor found out that we're broadcasting. So here, everybody, I can't let you look. I only here could we. You could say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, Adam.
Mazel tov, Josh. I was drinking outside.
Let's have a hug. Okay. You see that? I don't know. It just turned off on its own. Oh no! Here we go all over again. I don't know what it is, but we'll.
This is like Auntie Evie on the chat at 4:40 this morning.
It's the
same thing.
No. We have no idea how much is in there, but
It's catchy what happens for Auntie Evie.
here.
You might not have enough storage.
And his phone.
No, I have. Of course, I have enough
you
storage.
can't go that direction.
I'm going this direction to Tzvi, Levi, Zalman Meir.
No. Oh.
Yeah, Zalman Meir. Natan.
Oh,
Natan.
Is this for real?
Yeah, this is for real. Leib Yosef in Seattle. Okay, do you have that, Tzvi? You know, we just lost Tzvi. Okay, anyway.
No. Oh, you have.
Technical difficulties going on one after the other. I don't know how much of this year we already recorded, but it's the siyum and of the Shmirat Haloshon, and I just wanted to say that this year started broadcasting in June 26, 2022, and Shmirat Haloshon we started learning. We learned first Machane Yisrael, and then we started Shmirat Haloshon April 14th, 2024, and this is the 988th video. And I wanted to thank Eliyahu Dayan, who came up with this whole idea, Shmaryo Rotenberg, who's a local Alexa, Reb Tzvi Klebenow, who's my trusty Chavrusa, and Mayor Yosef Schleifer, who's my Erev Shabbos Chavrusa, and Shmuel Greenwald, who's our text man. He brings down all the Otzer. And I want to thank Hananya, who is also our backup driver over here. Moshe Sharabani, who brings us to the shir. Moshe Chabusha, who's our Tehillim man. And that's where we are. All those wonderful. Did I miss out anybody? Tzvi? I think I mentioned.
I think you covered all bases.
I covered all bases. Yes. And I asked the question. I most probably was already in it. We're into 2 minutes of the shir, so I don't know if we broadcast it already. We're finishing Shmiras Haloshon, making a סיום. That's what's so celebrating. Ay 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 ay. Ay 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 That was a great סיום. Oh, I forgot. We have to do the סיום. Here we go. Perek Dalid. At the end of Shmiras Haloshon, I asked the trick question. It might be on the first part. I'm going to edit it. It might be there. I'll ask it again. Shmiras Haloshon is about what?
Lashon hara.
Okay, we got the answer right there.
And Rechilus.
And Rechilus.
Lo Sachmod.
And what? Whoa! Okay, there's a guy. Let's block him out. Anyway,
It shows I'm paying attention now.
the Achsanya. So the perek is ending. I hope you're not a Gansaka already. Sweet.
Go ahead, you
Okay.
go. I'm sticking around a little bit.
Okay, good. So Perek Dalit is the Inyan Lo Sachmod. And what does Lo Sachmod? I wanted to ask the question: what's the difference between Lo Sachmod and Lo Sisave? Sweet.
Oh.
Sweet. Any guesses?
Sachmod and what?
And Lo Sisave.
Lo tisaveh.
Okay, anybody want to guess? One is lo, you should not covet, and one is you shall not desire. Okay, you know what? That's why we're going to learn the perek. Yep.
So the question begs the question: what's the difference between to be covet and to be desire?
Okay, covet. Hear that? What he asked? He answers the question with another question.
I think to desire is just to want the thing or the situation.
Isn't there a song,
To covet
Desire?
is to want what somebody
The
else
rock star,
has
Desire?
because they have it and you don't.
Okay.
I think that to covet is when you desire something that belongs to somebody else. But tisaveh is you can have a desire for something without it having been shaykh to somebody else.
Okay, we're going to hear. Any other guesses over here? Any other suggestions? Leib Yosef. Seattle.
Tzvi sounded like he gave a good shot. I like Tzvi's shot.
Oh, you hear? He seconds the motion. Okay, let's listen to what the Chafetz Chaim has to say. But Inyan Lo Sachmod. Oda Marti La'orer Al Dover Achad. By the way, the end, the epilogue, the Chasimas HaSefer of the Shmiras Haloshon, he talks about how it's important to have tefillah b'tzibur, and he talks about all sorts of different things. And one of them, right now, he's saying, you shall not covet. Now, what is Lachmod? He says, I want to inspire you, la'orer al dover echad shenishchalim bo b'nei adam. Many people stumble on that. I heard that click usually means...
No, it's somebody sent me a message.
Okay. Hine yadua she'avon gezel hu bein me'acherim bein krovav. We know that to steal, there's no such a thing as having a free steal from your relatives or from your parents. Gezel is for everybody. Okay? Hu bein me'acherim bein mikrovav. Vafilu me'aviv imo. You're not allowed to steal from your father or mother. Kiri isa babova kama.
Or your kids.
Or your kids, right? Okay, you answered as you liked. I could giggle. That was a giggle from Seattle. For anybody who wants to know, that was a Seattle giggle. Kiri isa babova kama ayin amad aleph ganav Michel aviv. So the Gemara talks about someone who steals from his father. So from there, the Chafetz Chaim brings a raya I can't get over that view. I can't.
I know, no.
My view of
Like
Leib
somebody
Yosef.
keeps
No,
changing.
Leib Yosef is over
changing
Seattle.
background.
Wait, look what he's doing.
Half a minute. I know.
Okay, he's doing that craziness. Okay, you could do it for Zali. Do it for Zali.
He's changing his background.
He's doing there. You see what he's
He
doing?
thinks it's funny.
Okay. Anyway, Upashut, who the in halav shmos chaf tesvav the lo sachmod shaykh gam kein lakol. Hear that? Could we get back? Everybody, pay attention. Levi,
Maybe you're
stop
disturbing the
deserve.
Sion.
Oh, now yeah, you got me instead. Thank you, Levi. I know who I look like. Okay, you guys are driving me. You see what I have to deal with at home, Svi? You have no idea. Anyway, so what do what? I can't see. You have no idea. Okay, listen, Svi. I'm sorry. I have to. Forgive me. It's my family. What should I say? What can I say?
So not all your family, just your one son. One of his sons.
Okay. Anyway. Wait, guys, hello.
Maybe
Hello.
you're
Now
gonna have to leave the Sion if you don't behave
It's
yourself.
not his fault.
Wait, could
I
I
caused the problem.
could I continue, please?
Guys, it's not yeshiva. You have to pay attention.
Okay, right, exactly. Okay, so let's get back. We said Gezel has to do with everybody. So what does Chofetz Chaim have to say? The Huadin Halav Lo Sachmod, that you're not allowed to covet Shaykh Gam Kein Lakol. V'ayim b'choshem mishvat, the halav, the lo sachmod, eino b'chomed b'lev bilvad. Lo sachmod is not only when you have the desire in your heart, ki im kshemarba alav reim. Now he's going to give you the Hagdorah. He's defining what lo sachmod is. What sachmod is not only what you have in your heart, it's when marba alav reim, when you get a whole bunch of friends, l'hafsiro achiyiten lo. They say, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you sell him the house? Why don't you sell him the car? Why don't you sell him the raincoat? Why don't you sell him the hafsir, the imkain, the fizeh, im niskasher, im echad, ksivas hatrayim, v'asiya lo bit. If when it comes to shidduchim, okay, I think a whole bunch of people just woke up. Anyway, if they make conditions, they make a tanoim, and they come up and they make a deal. V'gamru b'neim anasinos shel kol echad, and everybody came up with how it should be. The kodam agmar, but before the chasana, reshus biyad kol echad levakesh ma'aseh libo. You could always change, tanoim, even though you have tanoim now written. But let's say you had oral, you had an agreement, a shake of the hands. The beloza eino atzeliskasher imo, and without that deal. In other words, you have everything set up beforehand, but then after you make the condition and everybody's on their way, oh, someone goes over the mechut and say, why don't you give more and give more and give more? So do we understand what lo sachmod is? We understand that lo sachmod is not. By the way, Binyamin Mordechai, are you behaving, Binyamin Mordechai? We see you. Okay, good. We love you. We love you. Over there in Camp Hask, we have Seattle. We have Lawrence. We have Baruch Hashem. We have Inwood, and we have Woodmere. Yes, we have. Anyways, and we have Tzvi. The most important, we have Yerushalayim Era Kodesh. Tzvi, I know you're holding up. I'm going to try to finish the Siyum as soon as possible.
Try to do the Siyum.
Yeah, let's do it. So lo sachmod is where you force someone to pay more and he doesn't really want to do. The only time you're allowed to ask someone to give more is stucca. If you only give extra because someone forces you, that's lo sachmod. Now, they bring the footnote of the Sefer Mitzvahs HaKotzer Chelik Lo Sasa Osmem Kosav Zel Lashono Mitzvahs Lo Sasa Shelo Lachmo Dover Shel Chaver Shenemar Lo Sachmo Lachem Dahi Shemishtadil Hotzi Machshavas LaPoel. It's not only in your mind; it's in your actions. Umar bereim al chaveru matzibot shulukol mimeno. You get your friends to force a guy to give in. Afal pi shenosam lo mammon harba. Even if you give him a lot of money, hari zeh over olav. Umotzei bezeh b'chosid shemachbid al chosno kodem achasana. And the same thing goes before the chasana if you ask him to increase the dowry. Sheish lo dor ploni ploni. Mashalo hitnu al zeh b'shas ksivas atoim. Afal pi shechosno v'malim v'goso. Afal pi kain over achosan alav zeh the lo sachmod. B'nohig b'chol mokom b'chol shlan zchorim kevus akan l'shono. Now, what's losis aveh? Ba'os mem aleph. Mitzvahs lo saveh shalos lis avos b'leiv dover shachavero. But this is really a tough thing. You're not even allowed to desire in your heart. Not cause it to happen, but just have say, oh, he's got this, I want that. Shenemar lo sis aveh. That's dvarim hey yotches. Zelav chutz mi lo sachmot. Besides coveting, ki lo sis aveh over kevin shechasha belibo. Only could you imagine that? How many people could do that? That you have in your mind, you don't want to desire anything. It's only what you have in your heart. But if you force someone to do it on top of lo sisava, you have lo sachma. That's the siyum. And by the way, before we do a special, my question is, this is where everybody has to put on a thinking cap. The Chofetz Chaim was Messiah, the Shmiras Haloshon, with Lo Sachman or Lo Aveh. So what does this have to do with guarding your speech? I'm going to call him Basi first.
That's okay. You can't
Come on, just guess.
Anybody who wants to volunteer.
Wait.
I won't let you do that.
No.
If you like desire and want what other people have, you might talk bad about them.
Yeah, very excellent. You see that? If you desire something, you might talk bad. Reb Tzvi, do you have any ideas why Lo Sachman or Lo Aveh has to do with Shmiras Haloshon?
Levi's on his way to Mincha. You may want to get him.
Good question.
Okay, Levi, what do you say? Oh, a lot of silence. I think that has to do with Shmiras.
Because if you're gonna go and want other things from other people, you're gonna speak negatively when you get jealous of other people's things.
You hear that? Hear what Tzvi from Seattle.
What do you think?
He said, if you are going to be jealous and you're going to desire something from other people, you're going to talk negatively about the other people. It leads to Lashon Hara.
Lie.
What? I hear that? You got an ulai. You got an ulai. Rega, ich verstehe nicht. Was sagt ulai? Wie sagt man ulai?
If you remove lo sachmod,
right?
If you remove them from lo titzav and lo sachmod from your body, you won't ever speak lashon hara.
You hear that?
Meaning it's even the reversal. Meaning if you remove it and you don't even have it, if you remove all of it and you only give love to everybody and you only have ahava to everybody and there's no desiring whatever and you only have that positive vibe, then there won't be any lashon. You won't be saying anything.
Is that Tzvi? Is that a bigger ulai? Is it? He's still thinking. Also interesting.
Before, the thing you have to get rid of is the kina.
It's a kina.
That's true.
You have to get rid of their jealousy. Okay, aber ich hab gefragt, because we speak Yiddish, ich hab gefragt, wie sagt man maybe? Efsher. Tamer is better. Okay, Tamer.
Should I ask me on the
No, wait, we got it. We got the answer. So I want to thank, at this point, we made official סיום, so we're going to say Nachamo. Ay, 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 The class is dismissed. You can have your Seuda. I want to thank Racheli and I want to thank Binyamin. I want to thank Reb Yosef. I'm talking about the broadcasting. I want to thank Reb Tzvi, Klebenau, Reb Tzvi, Well, very much. We want to thank everybody. Tomorrow, the Meira, Basi, and Sahava, Shragi, and Natan,
and
Zali, and
Sarah,
Ima,
who came by to say
and
hello.
Sarah, who say goodbye. And I just want to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we want to thank the whole world. And I just want to say that tomorrow, it's very good. Every one of you, Nitzchei Yisrael. We're starting another sefer, which if we're at 988 videos, Mirza Shem, Ad 120,000. Ad Mea V'Esrim Elef videos. Amen. Chaim Tovim. Okay, that's Amen. Take care, slaves. Take care. Okay. Okay. Now we continue the shir. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Thank you. Okay, we're in 17 minutes into the shir. I just want to say that tomorrow, Ani Rotze Lagid, Nidchei Yisrael, Shezeh Machar, HaSefer Shel Chassid Chaim, who kotev b'koteret in the beginning, Al Shem HaKatuv. Why is it called Nidchei Yisrael? Im yeh nidachacha b'ksei hashamayim, misham yikabetzcha Hashem Elokecha, and misham yikachecha. Parshat Netzavim, Perek Lamed, Pasuk Dalid. If you are dispersed in other corner of the heaven, anywhere, Hashem will gather you together. And we're talking about Nidchei Yisrael. We're talking about Chavetz Chaim is talking about people who went from Russia, went to the Golden Medina, to the US of A. Bo Yavur, this is a Chavetz Chaim in the cover page. Kama v'kama inyanim mikore adas. These are important things about religion. Asher mutal al kol ish hamiskora ba'arsos rechokos. All people who live in distant countries. Leida osam lizoher behem kedei shelo latzeis midas Yisrael. Again, the Chavetz Chaim wants to make sure that you don't lose your religion. Gam avurabo kama halachos me orachayim v'yordea shenachutz l'kol ish. That is important for every person. Hamiskor shom ladas osam, for everyone to know it. Gam yavurabo b'kama prokim godol schar mekaymo mitzvos haTorah, to see how important it is to learn the Torah. Ulehefech. The young ladies, you're here and you're enjoying, you could also listen in. So this is what Nidchei Yisrael is all about. The next sefer, it's about people who are going to the US of A. And Chavetz Chaim was concerned that many of them had to work on Shabbos. And because they worked on Shabbos, they eventually lost their religion. So the Chavetz Chaim, just like he wrote a sefer for conscripts, people who had to go to the Russian army, how to observe yourself in the Russian army, he's teaching us how to observe how you are in US of A. Especially now, which is Hitbolalut. There's a lot of assimilation. How to avoid all that. He says, well, go to Onish B'zeh. Not only does he emphasize all the schar that you have, but also, unfortunately, the punishment. V'roi v'nachal l'chol mishahu ben Torah, v'yais l'chavero mekorav, she'yilmedu osan kadei she'yedu advarim ha'metzuim l'koshel b'hem v'yizarim b'hem. Person should learn this in order to observe what you should avoid. And by the way, the Chavetz Chaim says, Kol elu nikbatu ayidei hatzair. All of this was collected by the young man. Now, what do you think? The Chavetz Chaim is referring to himself as a young man. How old would you think he is? You can guess.
In his 20s.
Okay. Young man.
30.
Young man. Astahava.
50.
Whoa, ding, 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 ding. 55 years old. And the Chavetz Chaim wrote the Chavetz Chaim when he was 35 years old in 1873. He wrote Shmirat Haloshon in 1876 when he was 38 years old. And he wrote Nidchei Yisrael. Already he was well on in his years, and yet he considered himself 55 years old as Sa'ir. He was born in 1838. Yisrael Meir Bereb Aryeh Zev HaKohen, the Chavetz Chaim. Okay, that's the intro as for tomorrow. Now let's get to what we do every day. We start off the shir with Tehillim, and today we are doing the Tehillim for all our Cholim, Per Kaf. We want to be thankful, Kadosh Baruch Hu, and we have Moshe Chabusha. כל הארץ.
עבדו את אדוני בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה, דעו כי אדוני הוא אלוהים, הוא עשנו ולא אנחנו, עמו וצאן מרעיתו, בואו שעריו בתודה, חצרותיו בתהילה, הודו לו ברכו שמו, כי טוב אדוני לעולם חסדו, ועד דור ודור אמונתו.
אחינו כל בית ישראל, אחינו כל בית ישראל, הנסונים בצרה, בצרה ובשביה, עומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם, ירחם עליהם, יוציאם מצרה, לרווחה ומעפל ליאורה, ומשיבוד לגאולה השתה, בגלה ובזמן קריב. ונאמר Amen. That was there, a little accompaniment by Natan Itamar, Nate. And just want to say in Yiddish, we always say a little from the Mizmar, Mizmar Letzoda, is Mizmar Letzoda, dem Mizmar Zolmin Zog ven bringen a korban toda. We say this when you bring the korban toda. Sedanken dem Erbishten, to thank the Hashem, for nes was der Mensch hat gehat, for
a miracle the person went through.
Hariel Hashem loibt min hoich kol zum Eberstein. Loibt means to praise the Hashem. Kol oris, the ganze Welt, the whole world. Okay, I got the whole Welt. In my hands, I got the whole wide world. Anyway, that's it. Now we talk about part of this year is the yard sites for today, Chaf Tammuz, and it's the yard site of the manufacturer's Hanover Bank. No, it's Reb Nosson, not the Hanover. Would you believe? I would believe that Hanover, you could check this out, Shmaryahu, Ani Choshev, Hanover, ze makom miyuchad, ze makom ploni. Ani lo batuach, אבל ידוע שיש באמריקה יש בנקים שקוראים the manufacturers Hanover. זה מעניין, זה לא מקרא, it's not coincidental שזה Hanover. וגם כן היורצת היום שאברהם יצחק בן יוסף יהודה לב בלוך, we don't have the contingent from Lawrence, but the Telzers, my son-in-law, Joey Werner, is his father of Jerry Werner is a Telzer, and Yitzchak ben Yosef Yehuda Leib Bloch is a Rosh Hashiva. Bloch, Rosh Hashiva from Telz. And we'll talk about him.
You should know that Jerry, when he gives his Divrei Torah for Shabbos, he often talks about his Rosh Hashiva of Bloch.
Okay, well, I'm not too sure about that because he was Nifter in 1941, so I don't know how.
So does he have a son or grandson who could have been there?
Could have been.
Okay.
Anyway, and it's also the yard site of Chaim Noah. Chaim Noah, if anybody knows, they have this shir. Ever hear this? The shir of the Chazon Ish, when they tell you shiurim, that it's got to be so many, the cup of wine.
Like a Kiddush cup.
Kiddush cup. How much should be in a Kiddush cup? So you have the shir of the Chazon Ish, which is usually machmir, a lot, and Rabbi Chana Noah, who's mekel, who's usually, so he's the Baal Shiurim. So it's now 25 minutes in. I already did Shmirat Lashon, and I did a lot of the other stuff. So I could zoom along with Shmaryahu stuff. Reb Natan Nata, it's interesting, Natan. Here, Natan Nata, both names, because it turns out that Natan over here is named after someone by the name of Nata. So he's got, and they have both names, Natan Nata ben Ramosha, how do you like that? Hanover, Natan ben Moshe. How do you like that? Right over here. Hanover. Is your name really Hanover? Mm-hmm. Nolad bePolin. Haya Talmido shel HaMarsha. Haya historian chashuv. He was a historian. Gadol b'Torah b'Chachma Kabbalah Niftar b'Moravia. Does anybody know where Moravia is? Okay, so we'll check that out. Shmaryahu, help us out. That's our Alexa. B'Yom Chaf Tammuz.
You have to say how amazing he is.
He is amazing. We're talking about someone who lived in the 17th century. Makom Tarikh Leilotel Lo Yadu. Okay, Bizman HaFaraot Shel Chamansky. We have right now Hamas and we have Hezbollah, but in the days of 1648, the famous what's called Gzero Tach V'Tat. Tach was 1648 and Tat was 1649 when the Cossacks under this guy Khmelnytsky, they had horrible ghetto uprisings and they killed literally thousands in one day. We're talking thousands in 1 day of Jews. Baruch Reb Nassan Tanata Lemezrich, and I had a high school class, Kiev, Karolitsky, if you're listening to this, we had someone in our class by the name of Mezrich, and sure enough, that's the name of a place. Misham Avar Prague, you know where Prague is, Czechoslovakia, and to Amsterdam, you know where Amsterdam is. Bishnat 1652 Avar Italia. Boy, he moved around a lot. He landed up in Italy, V'hayarav B'Laverno. Laverno is in Italy. Achar kach halach leVenezia. He went to Venice, and I think I could say that Nate, isn't it true that you were in Venice?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you were in Venice. V'sham lamad b'chevras ha'mekubalim Reb Moshe Schutz, Reb Moshe Shmuel Abov, Reb Binyamin Halevi Mitzvah, at Torah Shalari. They study Kabbalah, and when you talk about Kabbalah, you're talking about Rabbi Yitzchak Luria, the Ari, Rabbi Yitzchak Ari. Bishnat 1660, Azav Reb Nassan Nata es Italia la Moldavia, and we said Moldavia, we mentioned that before. Hu Shemei Sham ke'eser shanim, he served there 10 years, Karav, and Achar kach Kedayan, Bebrod, Moravia, B'Sham Neherag, B'Shas Tfilah Dei HaKutznim, Sharachu Tevach Yehudim. Imagine, Yamach Shemam, he was davening, he was in the middle of davening, and the Kurutzim, they were the anti-Habsburg Mordim in Hungary. So they came and he slaughtered him in the middle of his davening.
That reminds me of Harnof.
Harnof, exactly, Harnof. Chusmik the Lotoba Torah B'Kalaya Reb Nassan Nata in Gamdar Shemefursa, Hadrasha Tamei Sukan Shedorish B'Krakow Yatza B'Tfutz B'Amsterdam B'Shnat 1652. HaSefer Mefursam B'Yoter Shechiber Hu Yavein Mitzula. And that comes from Tavati B'Yavein Mitzula, Bohu Ti'er Ka'ed Riyah at Merit HaKazakim. He actually describes as a historian, just like Flavius Josephus. He also described the wars, the famous historian of the Zman of the Churban. So he described unfortunately the pogroms of 1648 and 1649. Ekola Tlaot Avru al Yehudim in Poland b'Shnat Elu. Nosaf Akach et Achayim Pnimim Shel Yehudei Poland. He described how they used to live in Poland. Oh, it's already 29 minutes, so we're going to have to skip to the other yard sites.
Do you mind if I mention the fact that you didn't read off the names of the Poland?
Oh, my Rebbitzin over here, my new Eliyahu Dayan. Eliyahu always used to remind me things I forgot.
Leave it for tomorrow.
No, we should say for today that today's shir was dedicated to Lenny, Solomon, Fuah Shlema, Aryeh Ben Chaituba, Binyamin Mordechai Ben Yael. That was one of the soldiers from Netzach Yehuda who was injured last week, had severe surgery. Nissim Ben Ofra, Michal Ben Ami, Sora. Anybody know who Pesach Yosef Ben Hinda is? That's Pesach Kron, who unfortunately had a stroke many months ago. Aaron Tzvi Ben Nechama, Binyamin Ben Daniel Margulis, Barak Ben Tamar, Chaim Daniel Ben Hodaya, Yisrael Ben Inbal Esther, Ashira Ruspas Rivka, Pinchas Daniel Ben Azara, I can't read my handwriting, Yair Ben Rachalea, Moshe Ben Hindalea, and we also talk about people who are interested in a Zivug Noah, Shalom Ben Bela, Yehudis. Imagine we have a woman here. It's strange because we have this Shalom Ben Bela, who's the son of someone who's in my shir. He told me to put his name in because he's very close to something. So who's he very close with? Yehudis Bas Chana Rachel. He actually has a name. So he's wishing a Zivug Noah to both of them. But they're not ready yet. And every time I ask, no, and he says, I just asked Tzvi, and he says, no, not yet.
They're taking their time.
Taking their Yaakov ben Rus, Yisrael Nissim ben Rachel. they should have zivug noas. Thank you very much for reminding me, but let's get back to the yard site. Avram Yitzchak ben Yosef Yehuda Leib Bloch, נולד ב-1890 ונפטר ב-1941, מונה לראש ישיבת טלז ב-1921, היה רב בטלז ב-1930, הוא חבר מועצת גדול לתורה, נרצח. He was killed in the Shoah.
Oh.
So he was Rosh Yeshiva in Telz in Europe.
So this has to be someone from the Mishpacha.
Of course.
Isn't that?
I think you're right. Mechaber, Shiuri Reb Chagai Metelz, Torah Rosh Yeshiva, Shiur Das, Chuvas Be'inyan Limudei Chol. And also, as I mentioned, the measurement rabbis, the measurements, Avram Chaim ben Menachem Mendel Noah, Nolad ב-1890, ונפטר ב-1954, מכונה הגרח Noah, Baal HaShiurim. He's the one who came up with measurements. Nolad b'Chevron. He was born in Chevron. Begil 11, למד בישיבת מגן אוהס בחברון. ב-1905 עבר לירושלים. למד בישיבת אור משה ואחר כך בישיבת תורס חיים. קיבל סמיכה ויצחק ירוחם דיסקין. בן 21 נסע לבוכרה. והיה מחבר חנוך לנוער. הלכות תפילין. בן 23 חזר לארץ ישראל וגורש לאלכסנדריה, מצרים. Shmayahu, if you're still listening to this, why was he exiled to Alexandria from Eretz Yisrael? Hekim Yeshivas Eretz Yisrael, Chazal Yerushalayim, Haya Safra Dedaina, Ve'eda Charedis Yerushalayim, Rabba Shel Shchunas Bukharin, Hu Chiber Midos Toraniim. Midos Mishkolos Toraniim, Shirei Torah, Shira Mikvah, Shirei Nisan Kinchusi Hashirim. So that's for today's shir. I want to thank everybody who joined in, especially our mishpacha, who is still sitting here listening attentively.
And Natan, who drove all the way.
And especially Natan Itamar and Nate for making the big trip from Inwood to Woodmere. And we also want to thank both the Meidlach, Esther Ahava, and Basi,
who stayed for the entire
who made the big trip from their house to where we are right over here.
And who stayed for the entire year.
And we really, Chazak Baruch L'Kulam, Bracha V'Atzlacha, Mazel Tov.
Mazel Tov.
By the way, I'm changing the heading of the shir. It will no longer say Shmiras Halashon. Tomorrow it will say Nidchei. No, today it will still say Shmiras Halashon. But tomorrow, when I give the shir tomorrow, it will already say Nidchei Yisrael Yomi. Chazak Baruch.